Hey guys, gonna go ahead and do a quick update because I decided to keep the Jeep and I want to go over a few things, a few little details. Uh, if you've been following most of my threads on the Wrangler Forum, you know most of what's been going on. But for those of you that are just over here on YouTube, I want to go ahead and update you guys. I decided to keep the Jeep. We talked to the guys at the auto body shop. Pretty much what they said was it was going to be $3,000 in frame work, and they couldn't guarantee me that the body would fit again. Pretty much they said the body would be so tweaked that they didn't know that once they put it back onto a straight frame, if everything would line back up. And then I'm in even more money to fix the body. So they told us to go ahead. The guys over there at the auto body shop, they're good friends of ours, but they told us to get a second opinion just because they're not like a Jeep specialist or anything. So we went to a local 4x4 locally here. They test drove it, and pretty much they just told us, they said it's a nice driving Jeep, drives straight. They pretty much told us if they didn't know that the frame was bent, they probably would have never even known. If no one told them, they would have never known. And they also said that whoever built this put a lot of money into it. So that really was reassuring, which was really nice. But they told us to take it over to another auto body shop that they recommended because they worked with all kinds of cars, including Jeeps. So we took it over there, ran to a fellow Jeeper that worked there. He poked around on it. He said the body mounts are sort of deteriorating, so they said I may want to looking at getting some new body mounts at some point in time, but they said it's not something that has to be done right now. But other than that, they looked at the frame and they said pretty much whoever had it before me just drove it as a Jeep. They didn't abuse it to death, but they used it as a Jeep. They went out off-roading and the frame got bent at some point in time. So pretty much, I decided to keep it just because they said it was safe. They said as long as it drives straight and everything, just to go ahead and drive until the wheels fall off. They said if I was really concerned about the whole thing, I could at some point in time buy a 2.5 liter for cheap, or just buy a gutted 4 liter for cheap, and then just do a complete swap of all the components and everything over to the new Jeep, as well as the engine, because the engine is such a low mileage, unless I find one with low mileage for cheap, which I highly doubt that. But I can switch everything over, and then I'll have a clean title Jeep, clean frame, clean body, clean everything, and yeah, I'll be back to a nice looking Jeep. But this, as long as it drives straight and it's safe, I'm probably just going to stick with this for a while. Quick little update though, I talked to the guy at the auto body place. He said even his Jeep makes rattling noises. He said it's basically like a wooden roller coaster on wheels. That's street legal. He made the analogy that basically Jeeps are four-wheelers that are street legal. That's kind of the best way to say it. And that was really reassuring to my parents, knowing that all these things are normal things for Jeeps. But he looked at it. He said just because the body's tweaked doesn't mean I can't put tube fenders or metal cloaks on it. He said I may or may not have fitment issues with it, but he said most of the stuff they say is bolt-on. Turns out that you still have to do a little bit of filing, drilling, and stuff like that. So he said worst case scenario, you have to enlarge a hole or re-drill a hole. So he said it would be worth it just to do that. And pretty much that was my only really big concern with the frame being bent and the body being tweaked, is I wouldn't be able to put tube fenders on. So I'll probably put the tube fenders on, put some body armor in the back. Go ahead and get over here. Put some body armor in the back. I am selling the hardtop because the hardtop doesn't even fit. So I'm going to be selling the hardtop and putting the soft top on. That was kind of the whole reason I bought the Jeep, was because it had a hardtop and a soft top. And now I'm getting rid of the hard top, so it kind of sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And the soft top, will supposedly fit a little bit better because it's a little more flexible and has a little more give. The doors will fit, and things won't leak as much, hopefully. So I'm going to give that a try. I just got to get some hardware. I need a tailgate bar as well as some door surrounds. I'll probably throw this hardtop up on Craigslist soon. Probably put it on the Wrangler Forum too. Give some of the members a shot at it. I will have to reshim the hood. All the shims are inside the Jeep. I'm going to have to reshim the hood, tighten this back down. I've been driving around with this loose, but it fits pretty tight. It's just loose over here, really tight over there. But I'll have to retighten that down. Main reason I don't have my windshield wipers on is because I took all the shims out, which then somehow messed with the windshield wiper blades. So they're off by less than 1/4 of an inch. So I don't know what really is up with that, but yeah. Front bumper is still gonna go. I'm gonna get rid of that. Probably put a metal cloak, stubby bumper on, and wind fund. And just because they're fairly cheap, they're about $200, or depending on if you get the rolled steel or the aluminum version. Can't think of anything else, but I will get the stubby bumper, and then when funds will allow it, I'll probably put maybe a stinger with the hoop on it, the grill hoop. I kind of like the look of a grill hoop. I always thought they looked ugly, but it's starting to grow on me now that I have this one on it. But I'll probably put just a winch guard on it to start with, and if I like the look without the grill loop, the grill hoop, I will probably just go ahead and just get a regular stinger with no hoop on it. I'll have to do some work with the radiator. I'm probably gonna have to pull the radiator and replace it. About $100, but I can do it myself because he's leaking, taking a leak in the driveway. So that's gonna have to go. I'm not gonna mess with the rear trans seal and the right axle seal. I'm gonna take that to my mechanic and let them actually deal with that, because I don't want to screw something up and then I'm down for a week when this is my daily driver. So I'm going to let them do that to start out with. And then I want to get everything basically to the point where I'm good to go. And then when things start messing up and breaking and whatnot, because obviously Jeeps just empty every pocket. So then I'll do the work from there on, unless it's just something major and I don't have time. Then I'll let a shop do it. Most of the time, I always go at it. If I get quoted a lot of money, I'll just look and see if I can do it. But if it's not too much, I might just drop it off at the shop for an hour and let them play with it. But other than that, I think that's about it as far as the update goes. Oh, and I also found out, here's my Terraflex sway bar. Let me get out of the way. Terraflex sway bar. I thought it was the trail sway bar, but I can go ahead and show you. It actually has the adjustable street/trail version. I'll have to lock that back in. But pretty much, I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this because my shadow. Pretty much you just take it out, you turn it, comes out, and now my sway bar's unlocked. Turn it back in, it'll go in, and then I'm completely locked up, and then I can take it on the street. This is the old version of their street/trail bar. Their new version, it's like you physically pull it out, turn it, and it locks back in. The old version was just like it turns and locks, and so they pretty much just took it off their website and redesigned it. But there's not really much of a difference. Would I pay the $700, $900 for one? Probably not. I'd probably go get a Curry, even though those are fairly expensive. I never really priced out how much they go for. But yeah, I would probably just get some disconnects for sway bar and just call it a day. I probably wouldn't invest in one unless I could get it used for cheap. But that's just me. Didn't want to ramble on too much, going on almost 10 minutes. So also too, I'm gonna relocate the right sway bar. I mean, not right sway bar, the right mirror. It's kind of hard to see out of sometimes, and I keep hitting it with the door and it messes it up. And the rear tire carrier is probably gonna go. Maybe. I'm not sure. It's a Smittybilt XRC or SRC, whichever one it is, for the TJs with the two rear bumper or whatever it is. I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Link is in the description. I'll try and get it down in there for my Wrangler Forum profile. At some point, I'll start a build thread, but right now, pretty much most of my stuff is going to be fixing things up. I won't start building until later. I got some plans for it. Probably lower it, put some, like I said, tube fenders, body armor on the back, probably cut the rear, and probably stretch it. That's my biggest plans at this point, because most of the other upgrades have already been done for me. So yeah, that's pretty much about it, guys. And yeah, I'll see you later.